Hey, welcome to Mark's Garage. Glad you're watching.
Morning, Monday morning, back on the bed of the truck here. This is the result of all the wire wheel work I've been doing over the weekend and the treating with the phosphoric acid. You see I got 5 bed sills there that are in various stages of refurbishment, and I'll show you what's what. This is the front one here, this middle one, and that needs to be, all those holes need to be patched, which is a lot of welding to do. So I did buy another one of those, but I might still use that. And here's the rear one right there. No, that's the front one. And that's been treated with the phosphoric acid. You can see that white stuff on there. So I need to go over this again with the wire wheel, and get that white residue off. Same with this mid one where the gas tank goes. This one I hit with just the wire wheel. These two are a little different. They're not as heavy duty, but they are cross sills. And that one there, that is in really bad shape. I might just replace that one. And this one has got a bow to it. I'm going to try to bend that back. They're all got a little bit of bow, but I've straightened the bow out mostly by putting it on this rail and bending it with the clamp. So, and then the rest of the bed has to be wire wheeled again, get the phosphoric acid residue off, and I'm going to spray it with some rusty metal primer. Okay, it's been a few hours. It's getting really hot, but I'm getting ready for primer. I have to tape off a few things. Probably going to tape off the inside of those fenders, not the inside, but this lip right here. This lip, I'll leave that as patinaed. And I think what I'm leaning towards now, instead of clear coat, is I've been watching some YouTube videos, the linseed oil. Also waiting for this piece to come in. It should be here any minute now from FedEx. When that comes in, I'll pull that off and then finish then I'm going to do the primer, because I can get it all in one shot. So really, I'm not going to do any primer just yet. You see, I got some water in there I got to dry out, but I want to spray the inside of these fenders. And what I'm leaning towards doing is taking them off, even though I didn't want to, but it probably will. So there's where we're at. I think it's time for a trip to Home Depot right now. So I got that back piece out, and just in time. The new one just showed up from FedEx. But before I throw it in, what I want to do is do the priming work, so I could spray inside those pockets with rust killer. Now I'm looking at that bolt that holds the hinge on. It's welded, the nut's welded in the back. I don't know if you can see it because of the light. I'll show you one on this side, same deal. I'm thinking I should loosen that bolt up now, get it out, put it on anti-seize on it, and put it back in while I can, and then paint. So those bolts actually came out pretty easily. I used the torch just to heat the nuts up. But now I'm just going to mask off what I don't want to get primer on, and hit it with the Rust-Oleum primer. Well, it took most of the day, but I got the primer on. That's the Rust-Oleum Rusty Metal Primer. So that's completely underside of everything. Inside the fender wells, side of the bed. I also bought some Rust-Oleum, I forgot which red it is, but it looked like the Scarlet Pimpernel or whatever was supposed to be on this originally. But my biggest problem right now is I got to get this new piece into these bed pockets. If you look at that curve, this bed pocket's like a 1/4 inch too narrow. So I got to figure out a way to open that up to get the drop in there. So I'm going to work on that now. So I was able to hammer that new sill into the stake pockets. They were a little narrow. I had to bend them out. If you notice, there's 2 holes in the back. Actually, there's 3. There's a third one down there. They don't line up with the bed pocket. It's like the pocket isn't down far enough on the back side. So like if I take this and I push, it gets closer. It still doesn't really go in. And then if I look at this way, I don't know if you can see it, the angle seems to be angled out this way on each side. Same thing on this side. You know, so it needs some adjustment. And I don't know if the box is completely square either. So what I want to do, I want to just paint this bottom all around here, then mount the box on the frame, and then try to square it up. Make sure it's square and plumb, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to rattle can this. This is, you see that red there? That's Rust-Oleum Cherry Red. So I think what I'm going to do is just this rail here, the inside of the bed with cherry red. And nobody's going to see that, but at least I'll know it's red. Very similar to the red that that's the factory red that I bought. I have a little of it left, but I'm going to save that for other parts. So there it is, the inside or underside of the bed painted cherry red. I think if it'll dry overnight, I'll mount that on the frame of the truck tomorrow on the chassis. I do need to get some wood blocks for the front. I believe there's 4 wood blocks that go underneath that sell it as a kit from LMC, but they're out of stock. So everybody knows the dimensions of those blocks. Let me know.